the second question, that is the longest palindromic from top Amazon question, right? So let us start with the question. So we are given a string S when we need to find out the longest substring in S. Assume the maximum length of S is 1000. So this is the input. This is the input, and B is over here. B is the answer. So we need to find out the substring that is the longest palindromic substring. So what we will do is try to solve this question in order n square time complexity. So even if let's say we're trying to do it deep, we'll try to see different approaches to solve the question. But the first approach which comes to my mind is of order of n for time complexity and order of 1 space complexity. Right? So how we do this? So what I do is let us say that maximum. So we need to return string. So let us say the maximum length that I have so far is 1, which is how this is 3 wheels, and the starting index is 0. Now, so let us check for all the palindromes. Okay, so for the case of palindromes, say that the center is 1 and the center will always be less than n minus 1. Let us say that n is the length of the string, right? Now, what we can see here, and center plus plus. So what we are doing over here is we know the center of the string. So what we can do is we can start expanding. So let's say in far, how far we are from the center of the string, right? So let us say, so what conditions do we need to check if we are the more far we go from string, the character should be seen, right? On both the cases. Apart this case, the base conditions would be that it means inbound and the out of the bound, right? So the bounding conditions would be center first pass to the right. So both of these are inbound. Of course, we will try to go as far as we can, but there might be condition when we will fail. So this will roll back and give me the maximum for that I can go from current phase, right? So let us the length of this be let us make another variable. We can directly cover the variable if, because we know that for this palindrome the length is into 5 plus 1. 1 is for the center. So if one is less, then we can say this is maximum. The starting of this would be nothing but minus 5, right, for this palindrome. So for this, by using this we can treat all palindromes. Now for the even palindromes, let's say the center is 0 and less than n minus center plus. So what is the case over here? Let's say we are in string C, B, D. Then center is, I'm assuming I am currently at this of its index E. So this is the center, and then we will compare C and D. Then the final that this is the length of the palindrome is 0, right? So if our far should start from 0, right? Right. Now we will so while now the condition to check is if at the center center minus I compare it with center plus far plus 1 plus 2, because we want so let us say the center 1, then center after B. So let us say center is between those two B. Now when the far is 0, center minus will be the index 1. So it will point to this B. This would be center is equal to 1, far is equal to 0 plus 1. So it will point to 2 and B. Both of them are equal, so we will increment. So center is 1, far becomes 1. So it comes to the index C. Center is 1, far, and then plus 1 is 3. So it will compare B. So like we are these two. So the point, if this is 0, then this is 1, then this is 1. So over here So yeah, this works here as well. Right? So this is if this is equal, so what will be the base condition? Center minus far equal to 0 and center far plus 1 should be less and this condition should hold. Then we will try to increment our far. Okay, so the violating, so what will be the violating conditions now? Suppose particular far the above conditions right. So in the case when we were the between two b, then for to 0, these conditions will hold true. For far equal to 1, these conditions will violate, right? So we need to minimize no, because when the far will become 1, that means we already have size 2 into 1, right? So in this case, we will simply copy this function of checking whether it is valid or not, and we will subtract with this one, right? Because this time we do not have middle element, right? Now done this, once we have checked for all the parameters, we need to run the so the string maximum length is mx. So let's try to do this. So there's the control. So we have not done the return statement. So let's see if this works. Okay, so out is giving C. Why? Because here I have not modified the starting index, right? Yeah. So in this case, my starting index would be plus 1. Why? Because I have not selected my far from here. So in this case, my starting code would be plus 1. Let's direct submit, and see we have got this. And so in this case, we are using order and to a time complexity in order of 1 complexity. Let's try think of a solution wherein we can optimize the time complexity. So let me think of another to have the order of time complexity. Do it. If you want to check the length or the longest palindrome. So this is from the interview perspective. So I mean that this algorithm and I guess, but from the interview point of view, I think the solution is good enough. And if you want to further dig into this, what we can look at so they are giving us a hint that we can use the longest common substring. Do we find any approach here to this? Let's look more into it. And let us say CD is our string. Okay, so I think approach is well clear now. So what do we keep the things we raise the rest. So let's say a string is a string. We want palindrome. So let's make it A B. We know the answer B. Now, to find out the long palindromic, what we can do is I'm trying to if there is any using not reversing words are the fancy words. If I can do things verify on that all I have got. Now the question is DAB and DAB. So the what is the approach which I am thinking even reverse the and remains same. The the approach that is to reverse the string and find the longest common substring in of them would be your sub. So I think this is what they're trying to say. some mistakes some people tend to come up with a solution which is unfortunate. However, the correct is even become and between with much long spelling substring. So it's a mistake which few and I think I have done the same to say, but I think they would that we should let some example. Another example, the longest point is not a even are able to the approach we are using, but not sure if we give them answer why because so it's quite big and like what can simply analyze or how we simply analyze everything. Uh, I think yes. What if we reverse this string at the same string? Look at their example. So in that reversing the string, AC is the CS. So ACD is over as well. And DCAS should present over here. DCABA is present over here. Okay, when we will revert, we will get okay. So let us say maybe now the Palindromic substring moves around. That is what so algorithm. So uh, there is so let us not look at basically what they are doing and let us to write the recurrence ourselves. So data was formed to answer. Let's keep it let's say I degree of it is 0. It was answering longest or substring index I to okay bring it more in it either in substring index from I to j. So the of I'm writing for the is one array of b to array of j. That is then what I write is equal to b of so I1 and so this should be a palindrome true which I'm getting is true but I can keep will which is the data itself with this will give us of level and I can also create starting into the index if the max is greater I can also right? So this is one approach. That is what they have done. Is so optimizing system is let us see from substrate there exists a lot of to rectify the common which check the substrate prices are being the retrains within if it is we attempt to update the longest from amount so I not keep this in the next time. I think quite the same. So for the same we'll keep the dices which will bring this right. So to rectify this final LCS dices first or reason like so LCS long over here I will get this okay I think read this over here read more about the approach here for so here you can use the groups disorder and what and one complexity. So there are the approach which we may trying to do. So if it's a so this thing this is to improve the above further and how this is what we are doing with the things we can improve the further approach, right? So say we have this and optimize this space from so I think complexity by using this method to over land because land one is so we'll start from what we are going over here. We are if we try to reject can if error is reject then we are checking if land so then so if land we are checking syndrome what we can do instead is just store answer for each and every possible so for a particular start updating it as current starts right and to say is what exactly know this relation right that can will get so we can go down it would much better trying to make a let us say the length to and right and starting point for this if I the starting point is zero it will be up if this is starting point is but plus length minus f is a characters are equal in each case if characters let's say we come over here and continue right so not sure what we are going to do let us generate they both are equal then want land to be right? What we want in this is what also I in index right but in function of height is only required to come for 2 and this function is not correct. So when will come required to index for each and every line right? So each and every line let the current line storing and want to make you I want that for particular I of each day right if I want to and I want and the line to want make sure the solution example line equals 0 that which is for because line equal to 4 will on line equal to 2 but not to store this line equal of length equal to 4 so over here if length I length then I know the still want I want to know is 0 right I want to know so I want to store up to 2 I want to store the length in that because we will be needed length I also know want so I want to store its length is plus n. So it is n from this. So these are Boolean arrays. So this is the first series, and let us say all false right. False second is for n alien 2, and let's say also now to make sure is let us say we are um, let us current is for n, right? Now the given what we need to make sure. So for if this uh, this array is equal to then then I want it. So right. So the point is so so, so when these two candidates are equal, then we all want to get the answer to the truth. Like at three, what we want is so let us first answer our right. For this particular index, so it is already false. So it will be equal to yes, with our that second answer by using I can just hold answer to already know for there is this will give me the value now, right? So I want to store the maximum kind of let us say if 20 is 2 and max less than uh, to is less so maximum is less than then what we can do is equal to length the by now. So at least we don't change the by default to 0. Now this after this entire process is done, the length rate now once the length rate increment current becomes the previous and the work and this current becomes the first previous second is the first previous. So the previous and previous is nothing but and we can this now after that using the using the same thing as string is and the length starting in this time. So let us try to see if there is any error. There might be some error. Yeah, so there is a some error over here which okay, I cannot visualize job in on initial level. Like error persist, then we can use the next try it with the zero only. So there we are over here as well. There are errors over here. So as previous cannot be equal to as there are pointers and there is no issue over what we can do is as previous equal now on and should be an integral should be used. Let us try those with things which only much of time but wasting more whether we want to learn, let us say so it is around one. So okay, so we are start from left to two, right? The previous two always true. So in this case, we need to set the value of one to first previous. So what we can do is let us initiate a loop for int I equal to 0, because for length 1 we can always create an answer as previous of I is equal to 1. So what we did is, so let us give some spacing to make sure that it is looking good. Yeah, first previous is always true and second previous I think should also be always true, but we don't care because it is of length 0. So yeah, because all in any case second previous is getting used over here. Yeah, second previous is getting used over here. So instead of what we can do is we can also make this as 1. Try to run now, see if there are any possible errors. We try to submit it. I think there will be some errors, but if it's not the case, okay, so the expected answer, okay, if everything is palindrome, then I am getting the answer as BCB, but the answer should not be BCB, obviously. If they both are equal, current of I is true. This is the case, yes, because it has to be palindrome. And if it is a palindrome and the maximum is less than the length, then we update maximum as length and we update the starting indexes. Yes, I think this is correct. But let us try to see this example in our local, and let us let us try to debug it using the length that we are getting, uh, and also the current I value for each and every I. So I do not want it for each and every length. I just want if length is equal to n. Right. So let us try to debug it in this case. So what they're saying is for length of I, the current of I is 0 because the as previous of I is 0. So if we are moving from length to length plus 1, so for the given length which was first previous, the second previous would be equal to the first previous, and the first previous will be equal to the current. I think instead of direct, I think this should work, but I'm not sure if this will work out. So instead of taking the risk, what I will do instead is, let us say the second value of the second previous of I is nothing but the value of first previous of I, and the value of the first previous of I is nothing but the value of current of I. Right. So yeah, we can optimize this step and we will obviously optimize it, but I just want to make sure that first of all the answer comes out to be correct. But no, this is not the mistake that we are doing. There is some another mistake which is happening from my end. So the mistake, let us try to debug it over here in only, because in the interviews we need to debug it in front of the interviewer itself. So if the length is equal to n, which is the length is equal to 5, we just have our single I. Okay, okay, okay. So this will fail because for the current of I, what we need to check is the I plus 1 is palindrome or not, right? Sorry. Yes. Yes, exactly, exactly. So I think this step is not needed and this step will work. But why? Because we are breaking the length to length minus 2, right? So we want to check if this is the palindrome or not. So I think this should work for now, or let us see. Okay, so it is working, but the solution, like the first solution, was more good in terms of optimizations, I guess. I was somewhere here, but let us not discuss that. Let us see. So, yeah, so as we saw that we have optimized our space complexity for the DP approach using in order of n, right? So we have answered that question. Could you improve the above space complexity? And if yes, then how? Then we have shown that okay, we have done it using order of n space. Yeah. Now expand around center is another. Yeah. So this is the approach which we did. Now another is manager's algorithm, which I told, which is non-trivial and no one expects you to come up with this algorithm in 45 minutes. Okay, so they have mentioned it explicitly that no one expects you to answer this in manager's algorithm in offhand. So I think this is the end for this question. We have done a deep analysis on this question, and let's try and further enjoy more videos on this. Thank you.